Hey, we back.
Yeah, man, we back once again.
Wash guards never washed up.
Yeah, well, washed but never washed up. Welcome back. It's episode 37.
Meta World Peace. Shout out Ron Artest.
Yeah, shout out to the nigga Ron Artest, man.
Best line I ever heard by a rapper who shall remain nameless was am I the all out best? Bitch, I can knock a fan out like I'm Ron Artest.
Anyone can get it, even the fans in the stands. Shout out to Pharrell.
Yep.
Yeah, man, we're back once again. We are the Wash Guys, like he said.
I'm Sean-Luc Picard.
I am Draft. I was about to say it feels good to be back, but I'm feeling how I feel today.
It's back.
It's
been a real melancholy ass day. I don't know what it is about post-holiday days. It's like everything has been like, ugh.
I'm usually pretty up after holidays, but today, unfortunately, I'm not. But yeah, I'm still back to give you the yucks and the jucks or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm still
I don't know
here.
what the fuck a jux is.
Juxtaposition.
Nice cleanup.
That my life is, and to everything else. But
Emo draft.
yeah, this is gonna be a happy one, folks.
Put your 3D glasses on.
Yeah, man. But shout out to all the countries. We had some new countries pop up on the analytics, so shout out to y'all. As I always do it, shout out to these United States.
Fuck the United States.
The UK, man. Shout out to the UK. Love y'all. Iceland, Australia, Ireland, Germany.
Number one black podcast of Iceland.
Canada, India, Finland, Russia.
Ooh, Canada.
Costa Rica, Ecuador, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Sweden, Singapore, Slovakia.
Yup. Whoever the fuck that
Puerto
is.
Rico.
Oh.
Puerto Rico and Romania. Welcome to the podcast. So, welcome to the podcast, Romania and Slovakia, wherever those places are. Sound like Eastern European places.
Yep.
Because they got the "ia" at the end. So.
Somewhere Stalin had a foothold.
But nah, it's been a little interesting week. Halloween just passed, so that was a thing.
Yeah. Annual Halloween party.
Yeah. I always love BoJack because there's a part in as the seasons go by, there's always this random Halloween party that he's never interested in that always happens at his house, and people just show up. I was like, man, this is my life to a fucking T, bro.
That's wild.
Jesus Christ. Like, that's one of the things that made me fall in love with the show. Because it's just always, like, he'll wake up and it's like, it just happens to be Halloween and everybody's dressed up. He's like, fuck.
That's literally what it is, too. Damn, that's crazy.
So, that happened this year again. Regularly scheduled programming.
It was I don't know how long you stayed up, but
I didn't stay up for long after you left.
Yeah, around the time you fell asleep, and after I left, I was like, yeah, this is probably the peak, which was fine with me. I wasn't really tripping about it being like a rager or anything like that.
One thing about the party, it always has waves. It's always like probably 2 or 3. It's usually about 2 waves, but this year was like a good 3 waves. I can't lie, like it was like more lit than I expected it to be.
That's definitely considering COVID and shit.
Yeah, so like, the first wave was cool. Everybody was just chilling. I kind of saw the second wave come in. The thing about like, shout out to Joe, shout out to Pirate, shout out to Martin. He was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they're a little younger than me, so their crowd is a little bit younger than me. So
just so we're clear,
yeah.
Their crowd is a little bit younger.
So they're just a little bit more fun than I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all my grouch qualities tend to come out around like fucking like energetic kids and shit, because that's just like that's just so in love with the moment, which is a good thing. But I'm just more reserved. I'm just like more watching the moment happen than like trying to participate in it all the time.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I realized there was niggas in here dancing, or not, let me not even say niggas, men in here dancing to like Cardi B, I was like, yeah, this is probably the last 5 to 10, 15 minutes they gonna see me. They gonna see me in this bitch. I'm gonna figure out something to do.
I mean, I love beer pong, so like parties are always cool to me, because I can always just chill, play beer pong, drink, talk some shit. Not do too much. But yeah, Halloween was cool, man. The cleanup was terrible. But we got it done. Shout out to Nick. Yeah, it was just one of them things. Like you start to see the party dynamic or the club dynamic or whatever, that whole thing where people congregate and there's always this like sort of movement that everybody's trying to do to get close to the girl or seem dominant in the party. And sometimes I just watch that little thing. That shit is like kind of entertaining to me.
Yeah, you can't. You want to see how a person's insecurities just display themselves. Like, look for the nigga with his girl at a party on Halloween, dressed like a slut.
Man.
Like, niggas, it'd be the weirdest niggas just walking around and putting their arms around girls, or just you're like, oh, okay, that's what this is.
Yeah.
Niggas marking their territory and shit.
Yeah, pissing all over these bitches. Shout out to R. Kelly. But yeah, so yeah, that was a pretty cool thing. Somebody's probably gonna watch this, be like, oh, that shit was mine. But shout out to whoever left this bottle of Altos tequila, man.
Yeah, we've been living, baby.
Yeah. So that was definitely the highlight of the party to me. Bad boy.
Niggas finesse.
We're back.
Wash guards. Come out and pod. New intro.
Yeah, man.
Wash guards, come out and pod.
Yeah, man. So shout out to you and your Altos tequila. I don't usually drink tequila, but I love it when it's free. So yeah, she was a tasty affair.
What else happened this week?
I don't know. What happened to you?
It's crazy. We were just talking about how we couldn't really remember what the fuck happened this week, and I had some shit in mind, but it escaped me as soon as the mics cut on. I worked a lot. Oh
yeah, this happened. Yeah, man. Fuck my job, man. I hope these niggas is watching, but anybody that's employed there, fuck you too.
Shout out Sam Walton.
Yeah, man. So I forgot, man. Niggas fucked up my check this week, man. So that was a whole thing, and I had to like call payroll, and motherfuckers told me I was lying, kind of.
Yeah, Mercury and Gatorade right now.
Yeah.
So you probably it's probably just a victim
watch
of
what you drink.
circumstance.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a little funny like type thing. Like I'm like, man, I just put in 80 hours for these motherfuckers for me to call them and tell them I ain't get paid, and I'm like kind of try to play me. Like,
you don't even work
lying.
here, bro.
Yeah, like it's like nigga, like. So it really kind of like checked my whole. I feel like it was kind of good because it made me like check my whole idea of what this work thing is. It's like, man, what I was trying to tell them is like, listen, this shit is a contract. I work for money, so when the money doesn't come, I don't work. I don't give a fuck what the circumstance is. Like, this is our idea. Like, the whole idea that we have, like, some kind of relationship beyond the money and the payment
is a fallacy. It's a fallacy, pardon me.
It's a fucking
falsehood.
It's ridiculous, man. Like, I don't owe no, like, just because we establish a rapport amongst each other within this building, like.
Don't mean we friends.
Even if we are. My contract is with the motherfucker that owns this building. You know what I'm saying? So, the moment he fails on that agreement, that I don't give a fuck about what we have, man, because the bigger agreement is about this money. So, I hate, and I remember you saying some shit on a different pod, like talking about how like being like a supervisor or manager is like kind of about manipulation.
Yep.
And it's kind of like how I started to feel as I was going through this whole shit, because it's just like, man, this motherfucker. You're trying to manipulate me to come to work for nothing, knowing I didn't get paid. It's like, nah, nigga, like
the shoe was on the other foot.
Yeah, or maybe you would do that, but I'm not you, dog. Like, I would never be you, man. Like,
I'm not. No.
Yeah, you might be.
I told you.
Not you, nigga.
Bringing them oil drums.
Yeah. It's just like, it's not how I get down. Like, I'd rather lose a motherfucking job than to work for free for 1 second. Like, I don't do millionaires favors, man. It's just not my thing.
On that note, we podding full time.
So yeah, man. It was cool though. Like, just kind of made me check myself. Like, you know what? Like, it's no loyalty, but to me, Like, that's the only loyalty I owe to anybody. It's just me and maybe my fam and shit. But other than that, like. When it comes to this job shit, this working shit, like it's a money thing, and it's only a money thing.
Yeah, my week was kind of similar to that in the sense that I realized I got paid a lot less than I expected, just because restaurant business is funny right now. We trying to broaden our horizons with the food truck, and it's been fun to do, but it's definitely no easy road. No pun intended. And I've made my presence known in the sense that I can definitely work it, but now it's kind of time to figure out how we can make more money out of it. And I'm just trying to figure out how much energy I have left in order to brainstorm ideas in that department. Everything that I feel like I've done to put myself in this position so far has worked. But it's funny, I told this chick the other day, I was like, yo, I always feel like the ghost of old jobs just haunting me. And like, I hated seeing like whatever employer I worked for, like they trucks on the road or like their company shit on billboards. I hated seeing that shit because it's like, man, these motherfuckers still trying to trap me. And so today I'm on my way to work, and the company that I managed, that I was doing management work for, supposedly quote unquote work from home, but they had me in there every day at 5 a.m. I'm driving through the city, and I see one of their random trucks, and the truck's a lease, so there's no real way to tell if that's a truck unless you know it. Like, you see the truck, you know the number. I see one of the trucks parked over off of the Cab Ave on my commute into work. I'm just thinking to myself, man, fuck. Like, after getting paid less than I thought, and then seeing this truck, and then looking at how hard I'm working now in comparison to how hard I was working then, I'm like, yo, this is just I see why they call it a rat race, nigga. Regardless of what you're doing in order to eat, nigga, it's still dirty.
Yeah, man. And that's why I feel like I have to be anal about the way like I'm treated, you know, within the work fucking circle. Just because it's like, motherfucker, like,
Yep.
all right. I missed it. But yeah, man, like how I'm treated, because it's like, motherfucker, like I already know they don't really give a fuck. So I mean, shit, I'm gonna make shit difficult because they gonna make shit difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not looking to give me easy passes, so I'm never looking to give them none either. So like, all right, so we know what this situation is, right?
Fuck them.
Yeah. It's like, nah, everybody putting their cards on the table, man. We playing this shit.
And it's hard to do that
with the cards up. All shucks.
It's hard to do that unless you've been fucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you already.
It's not all shucks.
unless you doing it, and you've already got the experience of being like in a fucked up situation with an occupation. It's hard to navigate, and you low key, kudos to you. You gotta nip that shit in the bud fast, cause it becomes a rising tide rather quickly. Like. And I've seen niggas who've been funny about their money. Like, it happened at the job I was working for before.
Speaking of which, I'm glad you said that. So I've been watching this Hulu documentary. I gotta find the name of this guy. David
Craig.
He started Fox. He started Fox News. All right, sorry guys, y'all got to sit through this. We got to find it right quick. It's actually a Showtime documentary. But no, look up Showtime documentary. Fox News.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked the Google icon searching for Fox News creator.
No.
And this nigga
it's called Loudest Voice in the Room. All right, let me find out this dude's name. But anyway, let me find his name. But Russell Crowe plays the guy. Damn. Yeah, of course they wouldn't have his name on here. It is Roger Ailes. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, Roger Ailes. All right, I'm sorry, Taji.
Stupid.
All right. Stupid. 6'9" voice. But yeah.
Like the guys.
Yeah. It's actually a really dope documentary. Oh yeah, I was trying to make sure. Okay, so I watched this documentary about Roger Ailes. It was on Hulu, but it's actually a Showtime documentary. Ironically, the dude that started Fox News actually worked for fucking CNN or MSNBC first. Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, whatever the case is, they end up like firing him or kind of pushing him out of MSNBC, and then he got hired by Rupert Murdoch and started Fox News, which is kind of crazy. And but it's a scene.
It's probably like if you work for Wish and you ended up getting hired by Alma Manier or some shit. Like, I'm sure it's probably like once you're a part of that
Once
microcosm.
you know the spin, it's all spin. But Yeah, my point was like getting back to jobs, but it's this scene in the in the documentary or docu-series or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Not docu-series, but whatever the shit is. But
biographic.
That. And they're kind of like mad at him because he's like one of those motherfuckers that, you know, run shit a certain type of way. Like, motherfucker, I'll run this shit, you know.
You do what I say.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm the big dick in the room, basically. And basically Rupert Murdoch kind of like tries to pull him to the side, just try to reel him in a little bit. And, you know, he goes home and kind of tells his wife about it. And his wife is like, I think you need to show like your value with the company. And then he goes in the next day and he says, you know what?
Quit.
No, basically he says like, you know what, like maybe this isn't gonna work for us. Maybe I should just like take some time off, you know, because at this point Fox News is like the #1 rated cable news channel. So he's like, you know what, I think I should just fall back. Like maybe you should let your son run the company, you know, because I feel like my style just doesn't work, you know, like yeah, you know. So I feel like that's what I've learned to do with fucking jobs. It's like, all right, you know, like sometimes I just gotta fall back a little bit. It's like, so you know my value, because I know at the end of the day, like I come in and give an honest day's work, and most people don't do that.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And like whether like the top CEOs like recognize that, they probably never gonna understand that. But the people that's there every day.
The whole podcast was the fact that working is kind of washed. Like being an individual that actually comes into work and not get over is a washed aesthetic. Like, and being the only person in there that works fucking sucks, especially when you don't get paid like you're supposed to.
Yeah. So I think every once in a while I feel like I've learned to just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna disappear for a second, just not be there, and then you know, if nobody else knows, the people in that motherfucking building know.
Nigga, at the wheel, boy, that was my MO at the wheel. Nigga, I definitely would disappear on days, and I would tell my manager like, yo, I'm not coming in, bro. Like, till it would be issues that I had with people in the absence of like real management that would make work difficult. And I never really had no problem with my check, but with workplace problems, like
or whatever it is, whether it's just a respect thing or just
yeah,
you know
that's
what
usually
saying?
what it was. Like, I mean, all this shit stemmed from I think a lack of respect in general.
Yeah,
but, you know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
You gotta kind of like drop your nuts on these niggas. Let them know like, yo, it's not gonna go that way. People start talking to you about like how you work or how much you deserve.
Yeah,
like, you kind of gotta
all
let
that type
them know
of shit.
that this is, like you said, this is a contract. Like, I show up, I expect to get paid, I leave, nigga.
And I expect to be treated a certain way while
Right.
I'm here. I expect, you know, certain things to be in order. So
The jailhouse rules in effect.
yeah.
Shout out Kevin Gates.
Did we do watch moments yet?
Nope, we can get to that.
Yeah.
I'll go first since
good.
I know you you still trying to put your shit together, man. I recently you know what I'm saying? You know, Sean love the kids. And by the kids, I mean mine. and
Drop the top and let the sunshine in.
I'm all for life lessons, man. You know, when I was growing up, they used to call me Shawnee Life Lessons.
No one called this nigga that. Just want to be clear.
Not around you, nigga. In the circles I was running in, nigga. I was giving out life lessons.
Imaginary players, man.
But no, I'm with my daughter, and I felt the need to tell her. She was telling me about something my mother did, like gotten a ticket or some shit. And this was the last time we had seen each other, and I was can't even front, man. I was kind of disappointed, man. Like,
The mom or the kid?
Everybody. No, I was disappointed in my daughter. Because I was like, yo, I understand that you want to talk to me about stuff, but like there are certain things that I feel like you need to learn sooner than later. And like family business is family business is the #1 rule. Because now you're communicating, now you're talking. And she's always been very, very friendly around adults because she communicates well. So
Yeah, shout out to the little one, man. She's always loving.
yeah, she's a very social child. I mean, that takes you places, but it also gets you in trouble. So enter my wash moment. I have her like ride up front with me in the car. Like she's like 4. She just turned 4. I'm like, yo, you 4 now, man. You riding up front with dad. So she riding up front, and I teach her how to put on her seatbelt. Very, very, like surreal moment for me, because like I remember when she was born. Like bringing her home I was scared as fuck driving her home from the hospital.
Yeah,
and
that's
now
how
she
it be.
riding in the front seat with me.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. So we talking. I'm talking to her like my partner. Like, yo, so what's up, man? How you been? Man, all right. You know what I mean? She played. She wanted to go to the playground. We talking. I'm like, all right. On the way, let's have a conversation. You don't need to share everything with me that happens at your mother's house. Like, don't. If she wants me to know, she'll tell me. Just like you riding in the front seat. Like, you technically can't ride in the front seat. You're not supposed to. But because I'm your dad, and
swerve,
right.
swerve.
I'm feeling like, yo, we could have this conversation as you do something that is out of the spectrum of what your mother needs to know, what anybody else needs to know. This is a me and you thing. So she nods, she agrees, she repeats the stuff back to me. I'm like, oh shit, nigga, we have a great day. We go to Wish. I'm kicking it, nigga. We got lunch, got free food that day.
Man.
Went to the park. I stopped some white lady from hating on some kids that were out there playing like catch in the park. They were playing catch in the park.
Disgusting.
And the lady says, "Hey, can y'all go over there and do something? Like do that over there? It's kids playing over here." I'm like, "No." Like it was like, "Yo, y'all fine, bro." Immediately, y'all fine. But anyway, we get back to the house.
How dare you play catch in
Yeah,
the
how
park?
dare you, bro? And I had to let her see me tell them, "Yo, y'all straight, bro. Relax."
Nah, the catch in the park shit is disgusting to me. Like, nigga, go home, man. Go to jail or some shit.
Go to jail, right?
Shouldn't you be in jail, bro? Nah, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Shout out to Draft
nigga.
Biden. We see you, nigga. But yeah,
Shouldn't you be scamming somewhere? What are you doing here?
I'm talking to my dad in the other room as my daughter's mother comes in to pick her up, and she walks in to speak. She's like, "Yeah, Asa said she can't tell me something."
Dun, dun, dun. I'd run.
Like, what the fuck, child of mine?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what?
Now you look all creepy and
Yeah,
shit.
and I was like, yo. Now I gotta have it. She was like, yo, I told her it was cool. At the end of the day, it was really a funny moment, just because it's like,
course.
oh man, she's so honest.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
don't even know how to like
She
lie
don't know
right.
what that mean, like
Yeah.
when you say shit like that. Yeah.
But it was just funny realizing like that, like kids are so pure, man. You can't really teach them shit until they already in it. And I realized like it's probably gonna be a while, because it was like that for me, nigga.
I don't know. At the same time, man, that's the tricky thing about kids. It's like they pure and shit, but they also have agendas and motives and shit. So
And I'm
like,
wondering how that's
So-
gonna showcase itself in her,
Yeah.
because she doesn't necessarily she doesn't showcase that side yet.
give it time.
Mm.
When she learns how to calibrate and learns how to use certain tactics against, that's the thing about, I don't want to talk about it, but that's the thing about being, like not in a, what do they call it?
Two-parent household.
Yeah, it was a better name for that, but yeah.
Oh,
that.
you talk about a nuclear family.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Vocab boys.
Hey, Vocab Boys podcast coming soon. We're just gonna read the dictionary. But yeah, this thing about not having a nuclear family, like kids are smart. They figure that shit out. Like, oh shit, I need this Xbox. So how the fuck am I gonna get this shit?
Oh, she already doing that.
So it's always agendas.
Doing that. I called her today. She was like,
Every human has an agenda.
You know what we should do today, Dad? Go to the park.
So
I was just waiting for you to get off work. I'm like, what?
But those are cool agendas, as long as it's just like, what, I just want to have fun with my dad and shit like that. It's all
Yeah,
good.
man. So my wash moment is realizing my daughter's a snitch.
Yeah.
Can't do no crimes around her. No.
Can't do no crimes around her. True killer for real. For real. But yeah, anyway, I guess my wash moment is, all right, man. Oh, god damn, I'm back again, man. Everybody's like, man, every fucking episode. But how can I put this?
Take your time.
I'm trying to figure out the best way I can put this.
Names have been changed in order to protect the innocent.
No. All right, so this kind of like ties into the whole job shit. Because I just feel like I really feel like I've discovered my value, you know what I'm saying, as a person. So, like...
Oh, your worth, King.
Man, maybe, like, I think sometimes when I, like, talk to certain... Really, like, when I deal with any type of woman, it's just, like, when I say that, look, like, I don't gotta do this shit, man. I'm gonna be dope everywhere I go. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm always gonna be accepted, respected, loved. I'm gonna be good. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, I had that confidence at this point in my life. But comes with that, like, I think we live in such a materialistic, like, world. Sometimes I feel like an old dog because it's like, I mean, I guess it was probably always like this. It's maybe not really was, but just in my old age, like, I used to try to, like, maybe, like, I'm still copping shit. You know, I used to, like, try to cop sneakers and try to get fly for bitches and shit like that. But now it's just like, man.
House shoes and hoop shorts.
Yeah, bitch, I show up. Yeah, I show up in a dirty shirt. Like, nigga, I'm still cooler than all the motherfuckers you know. Like, that's how I feel.
It's
you know,
dirty shirt, 2010, nigga, and it's still 100 plus, baby.
Yeah, man. You know,
talk to me nice.
like we've already done all the fly shit and all the cool shit. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like
I'm settled.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so secure in myself. Sometimes it's like kind of like a turn off to most people because it's like, I think the word outgoing is a funny word because I'm not outgoing. I'm just like more.
We barely going out.
Yeah. Like, so it's more so like, you know, I like what I do. I mean, if either you can like what I do or not,
yeah,
I'm still gonna be here, keep doing what the fuck I do. And like everybody else, you ain't necessarily gotta adapt to what I'm doing, but you gotta accept what I'm doing for sure. And if you don't, then you gotta get the fuck lost. So, you know, I just think that's my wash moment. Like, I remember being younger a lot of times caring about being accepted, and now it's just like, if anything, like, I go out my way to not be accepted. Like,
yeah, I think again, tying to the pod, being washed is understanding that you ain't looking for acceptance. Like, this wash shit is not
like,
for the faint of heart.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'm only doing me, nigga. And if that shit don't fit into what the fuck you do, then nigga, oh well, nigga. Oh well.
You gotta live with that.
Yeah, that's your problem,
you gotta
nigga.
live with that.
Yeah, that's your bad, nigga.
I've had that issue with women the past few.
And not even women, just everyone.
No,
like,
I've had it. I don't have it in any place where I find it difficult to manage other than with women. And I think it's just a part of, like, I'm a nice guy and shit. But the sense of youth, nigga, all my beef has always been with, like, women trying to bully me. And I think nowadays when I run into it in my
I think society kind of bullies you in a lot of ways because it's like a pressure to fit in to a certain dynamic and a certain like lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I accept that my lifestyle don't make sense to most people, and that's fine. Like, as long as it makes sense to me, and that's the only thing that's important to me.
I'm hearing one of my 19-year-old coworkers who happens to be dating a guy tell me how she's like basically putting her boyfriend on notice because she feels like he needs to get his shit together. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, she's 19. How much together is your shit? Like, how together is your shit? And how does that?
You should give a 19-year-old room to not be shit.
Yeah,
like, that's the joy of being 19.
Exactly. And you got so much more life. You expect a nigga to have it figured out just because y'all together? That shit's really egotistical. Like, shit's gonna happen in life, and you just kind of got to deal with it. Like, and being washed is kind of like understanding that shit happens. I'm not really affected either way by it. I still got to wake up and be me.
Yeah. Being secure in like who you are, just knowing that you are the constant. You know, whatever happens around you, I know that I am the constant.
Nothing moves without me.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll be back.
Y'all ready for tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Super Tuesday.
It's not Super Tuesday, but it is Election Day.
Super Bowl.
Let me get that when you're done.
Black Tuesday.
Yeah. It's Black Tuesday tomorrow. But nah, man. Shout out to Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. Shout out to my nigga Donald Trump for sure. My guy. Nah.
Joe Jorgensen.
Shout out to Michael Pence.
Shout out Kanye.
23.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Ye, man. Anyway, man, I don't know how everybody feels about the whole election shit coming up. We're only talking about it because I feel like we have to. As a black man, I don't give a fuck about anything that happens in America, other than like
getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. But I understand everybody's idea about voting. I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit too negative when it comes to people and ideals and social change, because I'm one of these people that kind of feel like, you know what, everything's been done already. Like there's no hope. Sorry, this is just it, nigga. You can accept what it is, or you can get the fuck out of here. But that's it.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for like a motherfucker in a suit with waves and shit, like to
in a briefcase.
That you put in the office that play basketball and shit.
He's gone.
Yeah. To change like real narratives, like, or real policy, it's really not gonna happen. So, but anyway, shout out to all my voters. I definitely would appreciate if everybody voted. I'm like exercising my freedoms by not voting, but salute to everybody that's voting, man. You got anything to say about this election?
No, I think it's probably just gonna be more of the same. Like you, I support everybody who feels the need to vote. I definitely understand the sentiment, but it's just that I saw somebody tweet earlier today that their child was like, "Yeah, we got tomorrow off." The child was like, "Yeah, we got tomorrow from school off because it's everybody's voting for Trump. Oh, everybody's voting tomorrow." And that's how they picked the president. And it was like, "Yo, we elect the president. They don't pick the president." And the child's response was, "You sure? Because everybody seemed to hate Trump." And I think it's just that sums everything up in general for a child, but as adults, we seem to be.
All right, man. So I'm about to be radicalized right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump out here and say it.
My point was, we seem to be jaded by the fact that we feel like politics works in our favor. But go ahead.
And yeah, with all the Trump hate, listen, man. I'm not coming to this. I gotta listen. I'm not a fucking Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not nothing. I'm a black guy living in America, trying to survive. But sometimes, like, someone told me this quote a long time ago. I don't know who said it, but like, anytime the media makes somebody look foolish, they're usually doing something positive. And you can take what you want from that. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, Trump is a good guy. I'm not saying anything, but there's something to be said about the all-out, like the onslaught of like media outlets trying to make this motherfucker look ridiculous. Like, I'm sure he's a ridiculous person, but any more ridiculous than Bill Clinton? I don't think so.
I think
it wasn't a media onslaught. This we know possibly that he probably fucked teenage girls or underneath that, right? Like, we know he's tied to Jeffrey Epstein. We know that for sure, right? So how is that any worse than whatever you assume Trump did? But the media doesn't demonize. I mean, they demonize Bill Clinton. He
paying porno stars like a real American.
Yeah, shit. Actually, that's more respectable, you ask me. At least he paid this bitch.
At least he's of age. He definitely
How much money did Monica Lewinsky get for sucking this nigga dick? Nothing, bro. I mean, she got book
She
deals.
left with a bill. She got a drive-in bill.
Young, got left with a bill.
Hey, man. Triple entendre. Don't even ask me how.
I'll show you how to do this, son. Coming soon.
We need publishing, baby. Yeah. We gonna be the first nigga shop. Well, second nigga shop a book deal off a podcast. Shout out Charlemagne.
Yeah. Charlemagne. But yeah.
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne. That's his nigga name from now on. Yeah. Charlemagne. Yeah. But yeah, I look at this shit sometimes. It's like, yeah, I mean, niggas talking shit about the Platinum Plan, and I haven't read anything about it, and I got to do my research. And I guess this could go.
But it sounds black. I know that.
Yeah. And I mean, shit, nigga. Any black plan, nigga. I mean,
they might as well have called it the Black Plan. That would have been a lot.
But like, that's fine though. Like whatever you want to name it. Like what other plans did niggas do for black people though?
They had to code it so like the far right didn't get offended.
Obama, like. You know what I'm saying?
Obama. Like, see what you did? I'm picking up what you putting down.
It was no platinum plans, nigga. I ain't get no change out this nigga. I just knew I was gonna get a gold grill when this nigga got elected. I thought we was all gonna get one.
Everybody was gonna get do-rags.
I thought we was all gonna get presidential do-rags, nigga.
That might be the name of the pod.
Presidential do-rags.
Air Force Ones. Everybody got do-rags and Air Force Ones, bro.
I thought y'all called them Air Force Ones because when we got the black presidents, everybody black would get some for free.
Y'all spoke it into existence, nigga.
What came first, the plane or the sneakers, nigga? I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Because when did we get planes? Air Force One's been around forever. Them shits is in fossils, nigga. You got them shits in museums.
Yeah.
Nigga, the caveman had on Air Force Ones,
It's
bro.
hieroglyphics, nigga.
Australopithecus, nigga.
Hieroglyphicus.
And here we have, matter of fact, just show y'all niggas how real it is.
Niggas ain't playing, nigga.
And they black, nigga. You know what it is.
Rob me a nigga. Rob me a nigga.
Hey.
Rob me. But yeah, man. Where the fuck did we start at? Where the fuck did we come
Y'all
from?
go vote, man.
Yeah.
Keep me out your crib, bro.
Yeah, man.
All my other super predators, shout out to y'all.
That's what they called us, man. Super predators, man. Young black men just trying to sell some crack and pay the rent.
Yep.
It's like, it's so crazy because it's like, when you really look at it,
Shout
like,
out big.
if you selling crack or selling pepper, man, you just selling some shit to make a living, man. I know they want to demonize crack because, you know, you're not going to get hooked on pepper and start sucking dick for pepper and shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, no, I'm just feeding a need, and I see it's a job here, and I feel I can get a lot of money, so I'm doing it. It's not that this motherfucker is just like an animal. Like some of them are, obviously, but some of these fucking motherfuckers I work with in retail are fucking animals, if you ask me. Like, some of these motherfuckers don't have great morals. You want to really come down to it. So, like, the crack dealer or the cashier is really not that much different. Like, motherfuckers is really just trying to find a way out, trying to sustain their family, trying to feed their family.
I was going to say stocks. Like, you look at
Yeah,
the amount of people that, like,
stockbrokers, like, these motherfuckers, they live crazy lives. And motherfuckers live like crack dealers.
Yeah, and you look at movies like Wolf on Wall Street, the fallout is just as bad. If you
Or
want
worse.
So, yeah. Y'all go vote.
Because when you're black, you're not allowed the same leeway. So, like, the stockbroker can really fuck off and really fuck everyone's life up. A nigga can only get so far because, you know, the laws only allow us, man. They got whole fucking organizations just dedicated to stopping niggas.
Damn, that is crazy. Even the way that bootleggers were looked at. Like, Al Capone is kind of like it's romanticized. Like, he's American mythology. So I don't know, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here. I know my uncle was saying, like, yeah, if Biden don't win, I might just figure out a way out. Just try to leave. And I was like, motherfucker, I said that when y'all talked to me about this shit.
But even that,
place.
to that point, it's like, you know, shout out to Uncle Bam, man. No disrespect, but even to that shit is kind of like a joke. It's like, Biden, nigga, that's the nigga you putting your trust in, my nigga.
Joke is
like,
mentally challenged, visibly.
I don't know how people look at Biden and look at like Donald Trump and be like, yeah, these niggas are a lot different. They're not that much different to me.
At all. They both reflected the morals of their time.
Just two old pieces of shit, man. Like
that needs to be the discussion.
If anything, man, Donald Trump was fucking with niggas, man. He got pictures with fucking Russell Simmons and all kind of rappers back in the day.
Ain't one rap song shouting out Joe Biden.
Where's the pictures with Joe Biden back in the 60s, like kneeling with niggas? Like Bernie Sanders got them hoes, but
y'all got him the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I fucked with Bernie. For sure, but like Joe Biden, man, I mean Kamala, she's not any better, man. Like you go look at her record, it's terrible. And if you really want to compare it,
Republican draft.
Somebody actually tried to like add to the, fucking mass incarceration and another motherfucker passed the crime bill. Like whose history is better?
Yeah. They one of the debates was the Central Park Five were basically tried because Donald Trump made it such a big deal in the media. But he rich and he white. The one thing that most situations of that era had to do.
And who's to say that if Joe Biden wasn't in New York at the time, he wouldn't have jumped down at the same just to grab notoriety. Like, I think that's the whole thing. It's like you can use that against them, but it's like that's just how the media works. It's like people are constantly trying to gain like.
And it's like them digging up old tweets. Like you say some wild shit in the moment, and it garners enough attention. That's just the take. It's like that forever. That's why it's important to be careful what the fuck you say.
At the end of the day, we're looking at two pieces of shit. It's like, I mean, one might smell it like slightly better by the end of the day.
Yeah, everybody keeps talking about the lesser of two evils, and it's like, yo, why are you even comparing?
I think the whole two-party system is a joke. Really, like, we shouldn't just have two choices, man. Two choices is just ridiculous, man. Like, especially because it adds so much more politics to, like, obviously, even if we had like 4 or 5 choices, it would still be like crazy, like super PACs and like random donors and all that other bullshit that goes into politics. But at the same time, at least we have at least a vast range of opinions and like ideals when it comes to how this country should be ran. I don't think it should just be down to like 2 ideas, like conservative or liberal, like. Why do we have to have these two like polar opposites? I feel like there's like a median somewhere that most Americans would probably agree with. But I don't know if the idea is about unity. I think money is in division. So the two-party system works because it works for the capitalist system that we live in. So like to sell shit, you need division. You need, because that's what sparks people. That's what gets people moving. That's what gets the people going.
It's provocative.
Yeah, it's provocative. But what else we got?
On the topic of race, Atlanta sushi restaurant Umi is under fire for apparently
I saw that
discriminating against. I didn't see the clip. I read the article and saw the commentary, but discriminating against
Isn't that the same clip that's rotating on Twitter? Yeah, right? Yeah, okay.
Shout out Air Force Ones.
Yep.
We hit full circle, baby.
Give me Tupac.
I didn't want you to do that. I felt it in the air.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
But there was a certain narrative going around that it was a person who we know personally through just streetwear.
Atlanta culture shit.
Atlanta streetwear culture.
Yeah.
And it was funny because a lot of the people that are in the streetwear community were the first people to co-sign it. And it was just kind of like...
like co-signing against him?
Yeah.
Damn, like... Can we say his name? Are we saying his name?
I thought about it mid-sentence. I was like, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put it in... I don't want to give it more light. But, hey, nigga, if you know, you know. And I didn't think it garnered that much attention, but I saw T.I. talking about it. I saw...
That's wild. Oh, word?
Because they did the whole boycott Houston's when there was that incident there. And he kind of was...
That nigga out the loop, man. T.I. out the loop, man.
Everybody's kind of slated to find something to be up in arms about, and I'm in my mind. I think
I don't got no money, like, and I dealt with him directly, like, and he always speak to me, always was friendly, was never made me feel uncomfortable.
And and what's so fucked up about it is it wasn't him. Like, he has no affiliation with the restaurant other than the fact that he may be related to the person who was responsible for putting them out, but it wasn't him. Like, and the fact that
so Atlanta people still trying to bring him on the fire.
Not even that. It's just that it's out there already. Like you saying it, like again, speaking in the moment, and the fact that you kind of got a platform. You got a platform that could either condemn or justify somebody's character, and without getting all the information, you go ahead and make a judgment. And it felt shitty to see how quickly people turn, especially being the fact that you walk in there, like, boutique relationships are very personal. Like, if it ended up being a popular thing, but when, especially in Atlanta, when streetwear was kind of like young, it was almost a secret society. You had to be put on. Not everybody was just allowed to do certain shit. And if you say it ain't, you probably knew. Like, I know you knew. So knowing these people and having those type of relationships, you like to think you get a vibe from, and they come from all different backgrounds. Like, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, because you get so many different type of personalities in the city, and they create.
That's
different
why I love.
boutiques.
That's why I love just being in the whole artistic community. If I like to say I am in it, like, it's just.
And if anybody campaign for more people of color, not even of color, people of substance. You look at the stem of people that come from these boutiques, not even just this one. Like, everybody knows. If you know Standard, if you know the G-Star store, if you know Ponce Denim Company, you know who we're talking about. But anybody who interacts with these people knows that they come from a lineage. You say you worked in such and such store around the same time. We talked about it kind of being a hierarchy, because even the people who are in streetwear now come from a background that has a direct line. Like, I know Tazi from New Era. New Era is where we kind of set up shop. So many different things stemmed from that particular block. There was a Wish crew. Like, you saw Frank and Ryan. All of those people come from that school of thought. And then you knew who came from Standard. Decatur Dan. All of that shit.
Oh, shout out to Corey.
Damn, I forgot. He's back over there. I talked to him earlier about that shit, and he was like, yeah, man, all these fake woke motherfuckers fucking up my bread.
Yeah.
And so it's like, man, it ain't no salt. I understand that everybody's kind of on the edge right now, but don't let hype override logic. That shit look funny in the light, man. Especially when you trying to do shit yourself, man. It shows a certain type of character that it's like snitching. Like, ain't nothing necessarily wrong with it, but it's everything wrong with it. Like, you thinking about self. You just trying to get attention or finagle your way out of a situation that you ain't had to be in the first place. But yeah, man. I don't know where we was going with this.
I don't even remember where we started.
We was talking Umi. Yeah. I've never been there, man. I don't give a fuck. Boycott it. Don't boycott it.
Yeah. I saw the video. It was interesting, man. Like, I saw it do well out.
Do whatever y'all niggas want.
I don't know, man. Like,
if I didn't want it, if they told me they didn't want me to eat there, I'd go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a fuck. I would talk about it. Yeah. I'm like, I'll never go back to that place. I don't eat at Intermezzos for that main fact. Like, it's always some racist shit happening when I'm in there, and I just stop going. I'm like, I don't want to go there. And I feel like it's not even a big thing. Like, you can still go there if you want, but I mean, just know.
Yeah, that was gonna be my point. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I'll never beg a nigga to eat.
It's something wrong with a nigga. Instead of just leaving or handling your business, like, you pull out your phone and record. That shit gay.
Yeah, like, please accept me, nigga. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you accept me or not. It is what it is. Like, all right, you don't fuck with me? Fine, nigga. At the end of the day, you open a business for money.
Nothing moves without me, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you do.
You need this money. So if you don't want my money, that's fine. Somebody else wants my money. It's money. Everybody wants it.
How do you know it's not... This nigga saw him out in the streets or cut him off in traffic, and he was just like, you gotta get out of here because you can't wear Air Force Ones. It ain't even have to be about no black shit.
Yeah, and we don't know the energy that he came in the restaurant with. Like, we don't really... It's a lot of variables that always happens with every situation. Like, that's the thing about all these videos that just
be capping, man.
Yeah. It's like,
just be capping.
I don't trust no nigga that, like, go out their way to, like, leak videos sometimes, because it's just like, I don't know, bro. Like, you seem like you just... You only looking for attention.
Speaking of attention, Clubhouse.
Cloud House.
Shout out my nigga Ricky, man. I got nominated for Clubhouse maybe about the beginning of this month or last month, and it's
Pause. Hey, my bad, man.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I had to take a piss, man. I didn't want to get too deep into the topic until got that good piss out. So shout out to all the people that's taking pisses everywhere.
Thank you, Draft.
With you.
Thank you, Draft. This message has been brought to you by Wash God.
It's your boy, man.
Make sure y'all go out and vote.
Small bladder boys in the building.
In the building.
Anyway.
Yeah, Clubhouse. It's the new craze that these kids is on.
And by kids, I mean 40-year-old virgins. Shout out to Steve Carell.
It's like the cool version of incels.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But it is interesting. I think. I stop saying I think. It's really kind of the new way to see how quickly people can acquire clout. They gave it to a few select group people. That's why for a while it was invite only. I think it's starting to become more available because I saw like a group invite via Twitter, I think. But it's a series of conversations that people are having. A lot of them are some of them are about nothing. Like it's one called Late Nights, Early Mornings. There's an ongoing conversation about whatever anybody wants to bring to the table, but some are more focused. They're starting to do a lot of tech conversations, like how I made whatever amount of money with my startup. They have silly shit like tarot readings and like other shit. Like, of course, it's like the Tinder crowd has moved over there, so everybody doing all that freaky shit online.
It's like Tinder.
Another song we're gonna have cut.
It's the same thing.
I always seem to get around hoes. My dick's out. Let's get this started. Shit writes itself. It was literally like a Clubhouse. It was like, yo, I go in this room and it was late nights, early mornings. I go in the room and it's like, yeah, we're body positive. You just hear the bitch talking. We're body positive, so if you're not going to put a thirst trap as your Avi, please leave. And I'm looking around, there's chicks with titties out, nipple rings. I'm like,
dicks out.
I'm not leaving. What the fuck? Then niggas started hopping in and pulling their dicks out. I'm like, oh shit. Fuck.
It's a dick brigade.
Yeah, bro. Just stay in the audience, bro. And why you pulling your dick out in a room full of titties, bro? Just relax and look at the titties, bro.
That's what's so tricky, though.
Relax and look at the titties.
Yeah, sound like a big line. But nah, that's the whole thing. All right, so that kind of like brings you back to the whole Cap Ag shit. So like, if everybody that knows
Google it, nigga. Don't even tell them.
Yeah, Google it. Man,
we international, nigga.
Yeah, you're right. Google Cap Ag.
Number one black podcast in Iceland.
You're right. If you know, you know. Y'all can Google it. Y'all know what goes on there. But that's the thing about like them type of situations. Even like your joint with what's the joint here? Trapeze. Yeah, that's like even with your shit with Trapeze, like it's the same shit. It's like, yo, this the thing about being around a lot of naked bitches or a lot of like loose women. It's like, man, it's like, man, if it's men around, then men are gonna do man shit.
Yeah,
it's like, nigga, I don't want to see you be a man, nigga. Like take that shit elsewhere, bro. You should let me be a man around these hoes, so I. It was
literally a moment. It was literally a moment in Trapeze where it was like a nigga was just walking around and he's like, just touching on bitches, and this one nigga turns to him and he's like, yo, any of these your girl? He's like, nah. He's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Y'all audibly laughed out loud, looking at this nigga like, man, he trying to get in where he fit in, bro. You see a nigga be himself and it's terrible.
But also, you gotta police that shit. You know?
Yeah, you have to.
The good thing about Cap Ag and places like that is like it's remote, so like you gotta be somebody, you gotta know what you know, you gotta be in the circle to like even get there.
Right.
So like everybody who's there is already on a certain type of level, like we already know what it is. We know how to move.
And that being said, Clubhouse.
Yeah, back to Clubhouse. All right, so I want to like give my whole like anthology on this. So like, I saw the whole Clubhouse shit going around. Like, first of all, like I think I heard it between podcasts. It was either Neil Brennan and Joe Budden. I just saw, okay, all right, this seems like one of those like cool nigga club shits. And then I started seeing it, in
October
the city.
10th, man. Y'all niggas late.
But yeah, I started seeing it in the city, amongst all the people that I know. And then I started just seeing the way people presented it, and it started to feel like a nigga getting like Yeezys for the first time. It's like niggas gonna talk about their Yeezys and they gonna wear them once just to stunt, but at the end of the day, they just want to let you know, nigga, I got Yeezys. It's kind of like
October 10th.
Yeah.
I don't even go on there no more. I just want to delete it because I don't know if I'm going to get uninvited. Do I have to get another invite in order to re-download it?
But I'm not even mad at niggas for being on it or whatever the case is. But sometimes I feel
like watching the news. It's like watching the news.
It goes back to what was the movie that we talked about? It's the clip that's on Instagram that I cut myself. That I don't remember at the moment. But it was some movie you talked about. Oh, Wag the Dog. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like black people are always constantly getting hustled. So they give us some type of product and like, all right, nigga, go out and make this shit cool.
McDonald's.
Then we go make it cool, and then they sell it to everybody else. So it feel like Clubhouse is going to be one of them things that maybe another culture is going to love, like to a different higher extent, and make this shit $1 billion company. It's going to be because, you know who made that shit cool? Us.
Niggas.
Because we are like running on Twitter. The first thing we're going to tell everybody is like, nigga, you ain't on Clubhouse, nigga. I am. It's like that exclusivity that they sell to us is like makes us so excited about the product that we don't think about who's like really gaining from this product. Who's making the money from Clubhouse? Somebody is. And nobody know that. Nobody even thought about it.
I don't even know who runs Clubhouse.
Nope.
Now, think about it.
Everybody
it is the
always
picture
on
of
this
this
black
random
shit.
bitch smiling.
Like when it comes to like clout, it's like motherfuckers would suck a clout dick just to get on it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, nigga, we don't even know where this shit came from. Like, we don't know where it happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it being marketed
the conversations happening
and
on
like,
there?
Trust me, like, it's a lot of dope black products that's not being marketed, that's not being championed. So why is this product shooting to the top? Why is it in our conversation?
All these conversations are happening on Clubhouse over, like, across countries. Who else is listening that ain't in the room?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Slovakia and Romania and Mother Russia.
If I'm gonna have on the low, I thought about it like, yo, this is cool. If I don't have a podcast, because I got a podcast, I control the narrative. I don't ever have to argue with a nigga about nothing. I remember there was a conversation in there that niggas kind of flamed me for saying what I said, but they had a Dallas room where they were talking about the Dallas scene and why it hasn't gotten the recognition it deserves, which I agree. Like, I think there are a lot of dope rappers out of Dallas, Texas in general, but from DOC on down to shout out Ricky Blue, nigga, we can see that they have a music scene that deserves some recognition, but it hasn't necessarily gotten it on the main stage. And they were talking about, it was a lot of, the reason I was in there was because the conversation had a lot to do with it. Like, yo, we pretty much feel like Atlanta's kind of always had a foothold. And I was like, yeah, Atlanta has had a foothold especially in Southern rap history. But nigga, it's been in waves. Like, I'm listening to the conversation and it sounds like Dallas just needs, like what I said was Dallas needs a Edgewood era. Like, there has to be something independent.
A renaissance.
Yeah, a renaissance. There has to be something independent of the outlets that y'all get in Dallas. It's got to be y'all A3C. And that was the thing that kind of saved.
Atlanta has like a few renaissance.
Right. And we've had to have those things. It's almost like the city itself. Like, this shit got to burn down. Like, everybody who was from the trap era sort of had,
like, every 4 years or 5 years we burned down the culture and rebuild it.
And rebuild the shit. Cause
we had trap era, snap era,
crunk
era, like the Outkast funk era, Goody Mob era. Like, right. We had a lot of things.
And the thing that I was trying to tell them is like, or I was trying to bring to the room itself was like, there aren't a lot. We do show love amongst ourselves, but that's a new thing. Like that came with the Edgewood era, like really rappers putting each other on. Because before, look at DTP. Like the only person that really made it out of that camp was 2 Chainz, and nobody else is kind of like worse for the wear. And we don't necessarily open the door. Niggas really got to get it out the mud for themselves. That's why there are so many variations of like the same sound here in Atlanta. You'll hear a Young Thug and it'll be 1,000 Babies, because everybody trying to get in where they fit in while the wave is still riding. Because in about 4 years, that shit gonna switch.
Yeah, the bubble gonna burst.
But yeah, man, everybody on Clubhouse, I guess keeping on. I really don't get the app. One thing Draft brought out earlier before the pod that was like, yo, young niggas ain't on that shit. It's only old niggas, because only old niggas just want to talk and not be seen. A young nigga gonna FaceTime you. Anybody under the age of like 25, they FaceTiming you when they call.
Yeah,
because why not?
Yeah, that's all they know. So this whole, I understand, man. I just think that it's a market for everything. I ain't mad at niggas. It's just sometimes I get annoyed with.
It's too fun for Draft.
Not even. I just get annoyed with niggas like trying to like rub their exclusivity in my face sometimes. It's like, all right, man, I see what this shit is. It's like, all right, man, I get it. Like, I'm on it and you're not, like, you're on it and I'm not. Like, I get what it is. But at the same time, it's just like, it feels like you're showing your insecurities in me, because I could show you all the bitches that I fucked that you didn't. You know what I'm saying? If we want to get down to the things that I've done that you haven't, I could show you the places I've been that you haven't. Like, I could really do this shit all day, but I wouldn't, because that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, it means something to you. So I just look at niggas funny when they just like all the time like, oh, I'm on this. Nigga, let me tell you about Clubhouse. It's like, even if I was on Clubhouse, you know what I would never do is talk about it.
Yeah, the other thing that people are doing is snitching. They screen recording and shit.
Yeah, all that type of shit.
Already.
Like,
That wasn't out.
That's how you can tell niggas is lame.
I wasn't on it a month and niggas was already snitching. Cause I was like,
and I saw one of the chicks that's that I follow that's on it. Like, she like, niggas is lame. Like, they already screen recording. I'm like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because niggas are lame. Like, that's what they're doing. They so excited to feel like they're exclusive. Like, they don't know what to do with it. It's like niggas are like inherently lame. I know that about niggas. So like, you're never gonna like trick me.
Damn, it's the same shit. Talking about Trap and Cap Ag.
Yeah,
it's the same shit. These niggas are the same type of niggas in every environment. You can always tell the niggas.
What you want me to do, to put the Cap Ag shit in my bio or some shit? But I could really talk about, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I seen and been places niggas ain't seen or been, but I'm not here to rub it in niggas' faces or tweet about it or like showcase it. Like, it's a fond memory for me personally, but it's no need for me to feel down.
The deeper discussion is like, yo, who you doing this shit for?
Yeah.
Cause it is. I remember being in one room. It was some nigga that came in there and was just he was basically just capping for bitches, and it looked like he had a point, but initially, I think the conversation was about what's happening, bro.
We good.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
But initially the nigga was just like trying to make a point about black women, and it got so weird. Even the black women in the room were like, "What? What's the point?"
Yeah, all that they're standing on the soapbox about certain things.
Just pick the bitch you want to holler at and just holler. Shoot your shot, B. Like, you ain't here.
I always look at those black men that always go out their way to talk about black women. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I have my gripes with it, like whoever, but I'm not standing on no soapbox every time to tell everybody about it. It just is what it is. Like,
it ain't even no salt. Like, you don't. It's not a thing to do the other way either. Like, nobody out here airing their dirty laundry. Nobody's out here airing their dirty laundry concerning the gripes that they have with anybody. Like,
but yeah, shout out to Cloud House, man. Shout out to everybody that's on it. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Yeah. Usual Wash Guard fashion, we always get into what we've been watching, what we've been listening to. So, do you want to take the maiden voyage?
I'll start the inaugural journey.
Where's my phone?
The Vision Quest
Hold
of
up.
sorts.
Oh, all right.
You straight?
Yeah, all right, good. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
All right, man. Everybody relax. I finished The Boys, kinda. I got like 30 more minutes, I guess. I really fuck with The Boys. I fuck with The Boys to the extent where I'll be watching an episode and the story will be so engaging, I won't realize it started yet. Like the open-ended,
Man.
like all the aesthetics for the show are really, really dope to me. The storyline crazy.
Storyline is
We're
insane.
gonna do a deep dive, but I figured it's only fair just because we had such an interesting conversation before about it.
We might fuck around and do like a
Pod about The Boys.
yeah, OnlyFans.
It deserves a pod.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, we on a low fuck Patreon. We going straight to OnlyFans. We gonna see who really fuck with us, man.
We
Pun
gonna keep it
intended.
hood.
Ooh, Boss Guard's
man.
OnlyFans. We might fuck around and sneak a flick in on you niggas, man. Just start playing old porn. You get Booty Talk 6.
Ooh, we get a Booty Talk collab. Ooh. Booty Talk collab.
Wait till
coming
Roxy
soon.
get on the pod, nigga. We gonna ask all the tough questions.
Ooh, Wash God's Booty Talk collab. I need that. Ooh.
I just finished watching a documentary or a breakdown that No Jumper did on Brian Pumper. And
Yeah.
shout out Brian Pumper to God. I don't know what you
Yeah.
did for the culture.
Niggas,
You like the Soldier Boy of porn on the low.
yeah, nigga famous for having fake jewelry, but shout out to Brian Pumper.
And cracking eggs on bitches' heads.
Yeah.
You ain't know about that shit? That he had a thing where he was cracking eggs on bitches' head. Really, he was the first person to kind of capitalize off being ridiculous that I knew of. Because he, outside of niggas like Riff Raff and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, nah, on the low, yeah, he right. Well, all right,
Yeah. What you been? I watched The Boys. What else did I watch this week? I've been watching a lot of breakdowns on movies. I don't know what this subculture is of trying to figure out the mythology in American culture, but I watched a breakdown on The Matrix. Like an explanation.
What's
of,
crazy
like,
is I watched that shit too, and I was so annoyed by that shit. I was like, I just hate when people like,
when people nerd out on
yeah,
shit.
it was just annoying the way they was trying to like.
Yeah,
pull.
I've realized I'm kind of like a nerd. I'm
not
a nerd.
even that. It was just like
I'm super. I want to know everything about it. That's
It's
how I
not
got
even
into
that.
everything I
It's
mentioned
not even
now.
that. Like I like the nerd shit, but I hate when they try to make it political. It's like Mr. Smith is basically Donald Trump.
Nah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that one.
They didn't say it, but it was just like a kind of. I felt like the breakdown. I feel like we watched the same breakdown. It was just like a little too liberalish to me, and I'm actually a liberal.
But all of that shit is very. I mean, you look at the people who made it. What type of opinion would they? They both women now. Like, what type of opinion would they want conveyed from a certain type of project? That may be exactly on point. My interest in it is just figuring out the perspective. I'm not saying I side with it. I don't. It's neither yay or nay. I just like the shit.
What else you been watching though?
Biographics. I watched some shit on.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Biographics
Stalin.
is very dope. Shout out to Sean for recommending that shit. It's a very dope
It's like
thing.
documentaries in a minute.
Yeah, and it's cool to just like have an ongoing thing that you can just go back to every once in a while. They got some new shit posted. So shout out to Biographics. Like they have a Patreon, so subscribe to their Patreon, please.
And
Man,
they got
let's keep it going.
a sister company called Geographics.
Oh,
that I got
Geographics
into
is
too.
very dope too. Yeah, I've been watching that because they do all the like historical figures.
Yeah. I think Nazinski was the last one I watched.
I watched
about
one
the
on
Island
Sun
of
Tzu.
Cannibals. Sun Tzu is one of my favorite. I don't know what you call him.
They talked about the Art of War and shit, and they gave a full breakdown of the Art of War, and it was very dope. So
I need to go back and listen to it because I want to
Very
read
dope.
that book, but it's
Very
such a tough read. I read it like in high school. I don't know what happened to that part of me that had the drive to just. I mean, I guess I still got it. I still collect books almost like I did magazines. It's funny how I look back over my past and I'm still like the same type of nigga. Like I'm still into the same shit. But yeah, man, Geographics. I'm still a nerd at heart.
It's great.
Um,
Yeah. Shout out to Sean, man, for recommending that. It's a great thing to just be in tune with. It's always entertaining to me. Like, I love history, man.
Yeah.
So like a nigga like me is just like, oh shit, nigga, I'm eating this shit up like ravioli. Shout out to Al Capone.
Shout out Chef Boyardee.
Mamma mia, boop ba ba ya boop ba ba.
Shout out Mario and Luigi, nigga. The Mario Brothers. Why were they the Mario Brothers and it was Mario and Luigi? Why is he Luigi Mario and Mario?
Yes. That's canon in the movie.
Is it?
Yep.
All right. I just realized that. That shit crazy. I guess I'll get into what I've been listening to.
You're
since
right.
I'm here.
Damn, why are they the Mario brothers? Yeah.
That's weird.
This nigga Luigi, bro. Why is he a Mario brother?
Yeah.
It's
Because he's
just-
Luigi Mario?
First name, last name.
Shout out J Money.
First
Real
name, last
legend,
name.
nigga. Young Ralph, if you know. But
Niggas ain't really from Atlanta.
yeah, they
It's
not.
it's
bro.
okay.
You ain't really from the East neither, man. Stop
That's why
doing
when
that
niggas
shit.
be trying to
Niggas out here
it's
false
fine.
claiming,
Yeah,
man.
niggas be trying to act hood around me.
Never
It's like,
seen you,
like,
niggas.
nigga, I've been out here. Like, you're never gonna quiz me about no Atlanta shit. Like, I promise you, I'll joust you. I'll out joust you.
Who you know? Who you know from out here?
Everybody know me, dog. I'm
But
good.
yeah, I've been listening to Dorito Effect. Shout out Taji. Very interesting podcast based on audio book based on the fact that I'm working in food now, and it made me look at everything in the kitchen differently. We're gonna. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah. Working in food,
Good show.
it makes you look at flavoring differently. Like everything is a substance. You look at it, with people.
Dorito Effect. I gotta listen to that.
It's dope, bro. It's dope. Nerd shit. Super nerd shit.
So it's no video aspect of that or nah?
No.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
It's easy to listen. I listen
No,
to it
no,
when
no,
I'm at
no,
work.
about that. I just want to know.
Oh,
So I got to download the Audible app. Yeah. All right. Cool.
but yeah,
Audible app. Give us a sponsorship, man.
the
What's up,
Dorito
man?
Effect. The David Goggins book. I bought. This was the first book I actually got on Audible. I really fuck with David Goggins. You can call it like the part of me that's super.
Conservative.
Yeah, like Republican Sean. But yeah, Can't Hurt Me is a great book. I fuck with it because he's from Buffalo, New York. Shout out Upstate, Griselda, you know what I'm saying? GXFR. Smitter. Boom, 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 boom. Gun sounds. But yeah, Can't Hurt Me is a really good book. I fuck with David Goggins. If anything, you should look the motherfucker up.
Yeah, shout out to David Goggins, man. He got a lot of like really dope ideas and principles that like he's really about testing your body and testing your wills and strength and testing just like your mental capacity.
I
about,
really
like,
think about this nigga when I'm complaining. Like I think about complaining, and I think and
he talks about your inner bitch. Yeah.
you really gotta fight that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think Joe Rogan talked about his inner bitch, but he's one of those.
I think he got it from David Goggins.
Did he?
Yeah.
Black man usually is the start of all
Hey,
popular trends.
you best believe it, buddy. Better believe it,
On
buddy.
that note, what you been listening to? I didn't get into music, but I mean, fuck it.
No, it's cool.
Karunga Bin,
no,
Alabama
yeah.
Shakes. I listened to ELE2, Busta Rhymes.
I give y'all a breakdown of that.
A lot of Freddie Gibbs. I listened to Freddie again and Fetty. Fetty was probably my least favorite, most recent Freddie Gibbs album, but it aged well.
Yeah, Fetty was kind of like, but I feel like I ain't gonna say it. Anyway, yeah, I listened to LEL2. Shout out to Busta Rhymes, man. ELE2. All right, my bad. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. Master Fard Muhammad is one of my joints, featuring Rick Ross. That shit is crazy. Did you listen to that?
No, but just the title alone.
This nigga rapping.
Yeah. Really crazy. If anybody gets a chance to ask, also like when it gets to what I've been watching, the Drink Champs, fucking Busta Rhymes is 4 hours, but it's really dope. Like I really enjoyed that. Man.
Yeah, I watched my uncle.
I actually became like a bigger fan of Busta Rhymes.
His PR run is dope. Like he sat
Like-
down,
like,
he
he
sat
didn't-
down with Fat Joe and my uncle made me watch
he
it.
was
and
on some real shit. Like he wasn't on. Like I was like, damn man, this nigga Busta.
his route.
real
Anybody
nigga.
who
Like,
knows him from like Leaders of the New School, Walsh niggas. But if you know him from Leaders of the New School, them niggas broke up with this nigga on UMTV Raps. Like the group ended on UMTV Raps. And in the Fat Joe interview, he was talking about how they kicked him out the group twice. So he didn't really want to be a solo artist. He just ended up that way because that's what he did. And he just started doing. The problem was he started doing features with niggas and they started
turning
hating.
up. Yeah.
Because he was rah-rahing like a Dungeon Dragon, and nobody was requesting any of the other niggas. And he was like, yo, it ain't no beef, but that's how he ended up being a solo artist. And I remember seeing, like, I think it was top 100 MTV moments, and one of them was when Leaders of the New School broke up on air, and Fab Five Freddy sitting there like, yo, what the fuck just happened? But yeah, shout out Busta, man. I'm not mad at ELE too. That Whose World Is This flip on the intro, crazy. I didn't even expect it. It caught me off guard. I always know good music. I used to work in the kitchen and play new albums. It'd be dope to get there early in the morning, start prepping, and play an album that just came out, and kind of be able to work and it be background music. That way I know what's really good. When it stands out,
Yeah, when something pull you
when it's
from
like,
what
oh
you
shit,
doing. Yeah.
like nigga,
What
I
is this
remember
shit?
hearing.
That's
the
my
reason
whole
why I
main
fuck
thing.
with Ye
Yeah.
because I'm at work and I heard Ghost Town and Violent Crimes. Even fucking what was the other shit? Bandana. I'm playing Bandana the day it came out at work on Alexa, and I hear Practice. And I turn around. I stopped and turned around and made everybody be quiet. Cause the shit, I knew it was Donny Hathaway. And I think I talked about this on the previous podcast. Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. Those vocals, something about that tone just fucks me up. So like, yeah, man. Again, shout out Freddie Gibbs. But what you been listening to?
Yeah, other than the Busta shit, I've been talking about, like, man, I can't even lie, man. I've been on some West Side Gun shit.
I listened
for
to
a
West
while.
Side Gun today.
Who Made the Sunshine, man? I really like that album, man, a lot. So like the Butcher and the Blade featuring Conway and Benny the Butcher is very dope to me.
West Side Gun, my favorite Griselda member.
Yeah, me too. I like Ish Kabibbles featuring Black Thought.
Hey, greatest rapper alive.
I love 98 Sabres featuring Monty Caesar, Conway, and Benny the Butcher.
I think Benny the Butcher's verse is better than Conway's.
I don't know. I love Conway verse.
I know.
I love Conway verse.
I listened to it again today, and I was like, yeah, it's debatable. I realized they really got real spitters.
Yeah.
Old G Unit era shit.
Yep. I listened to Wizard. Shout out to Kid Cudi and D Dot the Genius.
You prepping for this Man on the Moon 3.
Yep. Yeah. I love. That's probably my favorite Kid Cudi album, to be honest.
Man, I remember you put me on
Afflict 'em.
Afflict 'em.
Yeah, man, I love that song. It's probably my favorite song of all time.
Sing that shit at the top of your lungs in the shower.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. Astro World, shout out to Travis Scott. I'm always listening to that. Pray for Paris, I went back to that. Fake News, shout out to Civil Rights.
Yo, so listen, I wanted to mention this. I forgot.
Igor.
I also put we played Thundercat a lot too, but that's neither here nor there. Vince and Bam were just playing a bunch of old civil rights shit. Shout out to Bam. Bam has the most unreleased civil rights shit of anybody I know. And it was dope to sit back and listen to like our shit like a fan. I never got that.
Yeah.
So music coming soon, man. Like I really feel like we gotta do some shit that
Yeah, we'll give y'all some shit soon.
yeah, it's gotta be the platform.
Let's wrap this shit up because I gotta take a piss.
Again.
Yeah. You want to take a pause?
No,
Come
we
back.
straight, bro. Wash never washed up. Draft's bladder is
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta
Senior
take a piss,
citizen.
so we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
we've almost finished the whole bottle of Kill Baggins.
Yeah. We did that today. So shout out to everybody that's been watching the podcast. I appreciate y'all.
Redbone whiskey.
I gotta take a piss, so we're gonna really end the episode. We're washed, never washed up. I love Sean. I love Taji. Thank you guys.
We love you, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for doing this shit with me. And
You know he drunk when he gets sentimental, man. We gonna sign off before he start telling secrets.
all right, man.